So we are in a whole new month and on the tail end of 2024. It's time for us to check in with our goals and tap in to plan out the month of August. For me, August is a very busy and transitional month with back to school and all of the other things that's going on with personal life as well as the professional one. So this is definitely going to be a very fun plan with me using both my Notion and my paper planning systems. Hey, hi, hello. My name is Myra. I am your favorite productivity and Notion loving Slytherin. I want to take you through the step-by-step process of what I do with both Notion and my paper planning systems, as well as provide you all with an absolutely free Notion template to get you started. I know a lot of y'all watching are very beginners when it comes to Notion, and that template is definitely going to get you well on your way. So you want to go ahead and check that pinned comment down below so you can grab yourself one. But without further ado, let's go ahead and hop on over to my computer. Okay, so we are here over on my desk. We have our Notion pulled up as well as my paper planner. This here is the Eric Gondren Daily Duo, and it's just been working for me right now. So typically what I like to do when I come in to plan, I actually love to sit down with my paper planning system and just kind of brain dump and jot down what exactly is going to be happening. I also love to take the time to tap in with some of my goals, what's been working, what needs to be adjusted or even removed. That all is initially done within my paper planning system, and then we go ahead and hop on over into our Notion. I do use a hybrid with both Notion and paper planning. I don't know, y'all, something about writing things down just feels right to me, so it is always going to be a part of my system as well. So we are here over on our Notion page, and this is my dashboard. I like to kind of have it set up as a personal assistant, which is why the title of this is Welcome Back, Myra. I talked a little bit about this in my last Notion setup video, so if you want to know a little bit more about how I set up my Notion, how I use it, I'll definitely leave that video linked up above for you. So up top here, I have my pages that I typically go to. We have our content, budget, reading, and media. Those are just kind of the main pages that I go to that isn't like my personal things. A lot of my personal stuff is lives here right on the dashboard. So then we scroll down to about the middle of the page where I have my home personal life calendar, and this is where I like to start so I can get a glimpse of what is going on in my day-to-day and not kind of overbook myself when it comes to the professional side or the content side. And as you can see, we're already a few days into August, and that is perfectly okay. And don't let starting a little bit later in the month hold you back from actually setting off your plans and really sitting down with your goals. You can start at any day. If you want to do a August reset plan with me on August 15th, that is perfectly fine. Start where you are. Don't try to wait to the next month because you'll continue to get further and further behind. So typically what I like to do is pull up the overall calendar view here. So I just click here on Home Overview and then go down to Open Source Database. And this will show me the overall calendar view instead of just that weekly view, since we're working on the whole monthly plan. So first off, I know we have some major dates coming up here. So I want to go ahead and pop those into the calendar so I can kind of see what is going on. Things like birthdays, first day of school, doctor's appointments, things that's already set in stone. Overall, this is what we have going on for this month on the personal side. I do want to kind of focus in this month with being a lot more active and moving a little bit more, especially with the kiddo going back to school. It's a lot easier for me to move outside of the house. So I want to go ahead and try to put that on the calendar and start incorporating that within my routine. This is going to kind of be a bit of an adjustment because this year school is starting a little bit later than it did last year. I got used to being out and working out outside of the house earlier. It's about 30 minutes later in the day when the kiddo can be dropped off now. I'm trying to figure out what will be a good time to kind of work out outside of the house. I think with that being said, on the days that I stream in the morning, which is probably going to be Mondays and Fridays, I am going to use those days to work out inside. So let's go ahead and add those in. And typically with workouts, I like to go in and actually add in a time. So we're going to start this about 8:45. So that gives me enough time to get back home. And on the days that I don't stream in the morning or don't stream at all, I have the liberty to go ahead and go to the park workout while we still have good weather. And of course, we're going to go ahead and include a time, and this will also be 8:45. Perfect. And typically when I have multiple of the same activities that I'm doing, like as you've seen with the at-home workout, I went ahead and duplicated that task, and I just click and drag them to the days that I want to do it. So I'm really looking to try to get a little bit more active, at least 4 days a week, and hopefully as we get into the month of September, bump that up to 5 days a week. And another thing that I really want to incorporate with my personal is actually having a day where it is just for things that I want and need to do, particularly throughout the week. Saturdays is typically my off day where I don't do any content, chores, or anything around the house. That is kind of like my rest day. But I also want to include one throughout the week where I can just be, whether it's color, craft, whatever. We're going to have that be on Thursdays, and I am going to just keep those Thursdays completely empty. So here's overall what August is looking like for me personally. Luckily, we don't have any like appointments or doctor's visits, things like that. So while it's kind of chaotic with the start of school and trying to get back on that typical schedule, overall, other than working out the school schedule as well as getting back on a regimen when it comes to working out and being a little bit more active, the month is pretty chill, which is great because content wise is about to get a little crazy. So if you follow along with me on my socials or even watch some of the Twitch streams, you know that I have been chatting about getting back to doing a lot more content and upping the stream, and also getting started with the gaming channel. Yes, we have put gaming on its own separate channel, so we'll get into a little bit of that. I do have a video on how I actually plan out content here on the channel, so if you want to check that out, I'll leave that video up in the card for you to review. But honestly, I've been craving something new, so I went ahead and started to use a new template, which I'm kind of sad about because I did spend a lot of time creating this socials overview for the week so I can have a quick glance instead of hopping into the calendar, something that I can see directly from the dashboard. But honestly, I haven't been using it and haven't really been inspired by it as much, so we got a rehaul. Right here in the middle here is a breakdown of all of my different platforms that I am on. I have this little space here to add just general notes. I usually have this space here when I use Notion, like on a go on my phone or on my iPad. And if you scroll down to the middle, you just have the overall content calendar view. So I did go ahead and start on a little bit of things, which right here is the August plan with me, which you are watching right at this minute. So let's go ahead and click on this so you can kind of see how I actually track like videos and different content. So this obviously is going to be a YouTube video. I love seeing the status here, and I love having it in the red, yellow, and green. As you can see, like if I just had an idea, I can put not started. These are the in progress sessions that I have. Ready to post means like it's exported. You just need to go ahead and do the post, and of course done is done. So loving having that little breakdown. I love the platforms. This comes in handy when we go into the individual different platforms, and I like to filter each thing by each platform. I really love the concept of ClickUp, which is why I have that checklist here. But the website itself didn't really click with me, so I went ahead and made like a checklist area down here in the individual tasks so I can go ahead and just click it off, because I really do love the concept of that. But I also wanted to have a place where I can have a video concept. So this is just a extra page. I can go ahead and click on here, and here is where I jot down notes. As this video is, I'm showing you how I use Notion to plan out my personal and professional life. Any additional notes I want to put on there, I will go ahead and add it. So there is where the concept, if I have any ideas, I will leave like links to different videos there, or inspiration, so to speak, will be left there. And here, down here are just general notes. So say like for this one, I could put in using Osmo Pocket 3 for different angles, which I'm using right now for where you can see me as well as my desk. So if you want to learn a little bit more and get a little bit more information on the Osmo Pocket 3, I did actually do a video on that, so be sure to check that out as well. I love having it all here in the same place so we can kind of see the true breakdown of everything. And when I am in editing mode, I can have this here on one screen as I'm editing on the other. And I know, like, hey, I can cut the first 32 seconds of my screen recording video and not have to like scan through the video and try to figure out what's going on. So with my content calendar, when it comes to my YouTube videos, I like to put them on days that I want to actually begin filming them. So let's go ahead and duplicate these just so I kind of have like an overview of when I want to actually film the YouTube videos. So I will go in once I have the full breakdown of the YouTube videos that I want to do for the rest of the month and actually fill out the information. But for right now, I want to have a visual overview of what I'm looking at for this month. I also am going to tap down the different times I will be live streaming. And for right now, we're going to keep it simple. I do just want to actually just see where I will be live streaming. So off camera, I went ahead and filled in for the rest of the month. I like to leave like my streams. I like to schedule those week by weeks because, you know, mom life, things can get a little crazy. But I at least like to try to put them on the calendar so I can kind of have an idea of what I need to do. And then also I'm trying to put a little bit more emphasis on my short form content. Pretty much all this summer, I've been doing on Twitch and over here on YouTube. So those things are going to be added on Tuesdays, and we're gonna see how that stuff goes. But I wanted to hop in and show you guys how everything is broken down. Literally when I'm adding things on here, I just add in like live streams, so it's no further details. All of them are listed as not started. So let's hop into one so you can kind of see the process on this. Let's go ahead and mark this as done because we did do our live stream today. And I think throughout the future, I'm going to try and tap in and see like how many green I have for the prior month. So we'll see that going into September. We'll revisit this overall. So this is the overall content calendar for all of my content across various platforms, but I do want to scroll up a bit and show you guys how I can break it down per platform. So if I'm specifically working on YouTube or TikTok, whatever it is, I can click up here and go to just those items. So as you can see here, I do have 2 YouTubes. I do have one for gaming, which I'm still in the process of working on and kind of navigating exactly what I want to do for there. But we can go to this YouTube, which is the By Myra P channel. So here is how the breakdown of each platform looks. Photos appear just for aesthetic purposes. Then we have the overall calendar. And as you can see, this is the content calendar, but you only see the one post that is labeled for the platform of YouTube. And the way I typically do the filtering is if you click up here, you have the option to actually filter by certain properties. So for each platform, I have the content calendar only showing that platform's items. So for this one, since it's YouTube, it should be showing only YouTube items. But I do remember putting in another YouTube video. I must didn't label it correctly. So let's go ahead and take the filter off. And as you can see, all of the things that we have put on the content calendar is now showing. So let's hop in. I think this one is a YouTube. Yes, this is a YouTube video. So for purposes of filtering through, I will go in and actually label what platform it is. So this will be YouTube, and I will need to add on a separate one for the gaming channel. So we'll do that later. This will be YouTube content. And as we go on and actually start to build in this YouTube video, we can fill in the rest of those properties. But I wanted to show you all how it will look when the calendar is filtered to just the YouTube videos. So you can go here where the 3 dots are right next to the new to go through to filter. And it is filtered by platforms, but we don't have anyone check yet. So we'll go ahead and check that. And as you can see now, we can see both of these labeled here. And this is just an easier way for me to kind of go in and focus on just one platform when I need to. And this way I can see, okay, I am posting a YouTube video once a week, recording it once a week, So I do need to go back once I start to fill in with my overall content calendar and make sure that I label them. So each and every one of the items that is for each platform is labeled here. But this is a cool way for me to be able to see exactly what is just going on to YouTube instead of everything all together when I just am here to focus on YouTube. So going a little bit further, I have my goals for the month, quarter, year. I don't really use the quarter, year in the past, but I'm hoping moving forward that I will start to use that. But usually I just kind of go month by month. Got to target audience, best times, and go through to like analytics, and you can kind of break down all that stuff. So each and every one has something similar. So let's go to like TikTok, for example. Photo for aesthetics. I do need to go in here and actually, let's mark this as, and you can mark more than one property. So my short form will both be on Instagram and TikTok technically. But for the purposes of my TikTok calendar, I'll go up here right next to new, the 3 dots, hit filter by platform, and I can filter it by TikTok. And the ones that are labeled as a TikTok platform are going to show up on this calendar. So that's kind of how I get into the nitty-gritty of each individual platform. But for right now, as a monthly overview, I am excited to go through each and every week, kind of seeing what I have. I have a plan so far as like keeping up with my YouTube content. Which days am I filming? Which days am I filming the short form content? Which days am I doing the YouTube gaming videos? So that is the way it is looking for me right now. And I am pretty satisfied with it. I just needed a way to be able to not only see everything when it comes to my content, hence why I went ahead and changed it, but also a way for me to break it down, since now I do have an email mailing list, getting into Pinterest, separating the YouTube channel. So I do need it all together, but also separate at the same time. And this is allowing me to do that with this new template, which didn't really give me that flexibility that I had in my older one. So let me know if y'all want a more detailed content calendar planner kind of tour. I can be happy to do that and really dig in a little bit deeper on what exactly I do with each platform and how I separate out filming times and things of that nature. Drop it down in the comments below. And that is it, you guys. We officially have the month of August ready and planned out to have a map of what we're going to do for this next month. Like I said before, this month is a very transitional month for me. I don't expect all of the plans to go accordingly, but it is nice to have a framework of what exactly I want my August to look like, so I can have a point of reference for when things get a little bit out of whack. Again, if you're new to Notion, you're definitely going to want to check out my free template. It is definitely beginner friendly, and it also comes with a playlist to help you get started on your Notion journey. So check the pinned comment for that and make sure you grab yours. And if you want to learn even more about Notion, be sure to check out these videos here. They're definitely going to get you well on your way, especially if you love reading and want to create different trackers within your Notion. So go ahead and click on those, and I will see you over there.